everyone. Hello. Hello. Hi, hang on. This is going to look empty right now, but please bear with me for just one moment while I fix like one or two things. Let me get this there. Thank you for choosing to stop in while I play some computer games on my channel. It's going to be great, trust me. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. It might take me a minute to set some stuff up, so please bear with me during this time because I don't normally live stream computer games. I did some tests on the side, but I'm running a bit of a different setup today, so it does take me a moment to actually set it up. So, one moment, please. Okay. Okay. Minimize a bunch of stuff. So, if you hear some noises, please bear with me. Again, give me just a minute to set some stuff up. This will work. It's going to take me like one or two tries to actually get this perfect. So, sit tight. I'll get everything going in just a moment. Let's see if this is going to go. Oh. Or maybe I'll just get it on the first try for once in my life. Cool. Okay. Okay, so I do have to fix one thing, so it's going to look really weird. So give me 1 second, okay? Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. Alright, now we're good. No, we're not. We're not good. Alright, so let me exit out of this real quickly. You didn't see anything. Okay. I need to reset the chat window box, so give me one moment. Yeah, 3rd grade, everybody. We're doing 3rd grade stuff. It's going to be great. I'll explain everything in a second. I know it seems a little weird, but at the same time, it might also seem extremely fitting for my channel. So sit tight. All right. That should do it. All right, we're going to do this one more time, and then that should do it. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to give everything one moment, or everybody one moment to kind of get into the chat. I know that it's not perfect, so I guess in the meantime I'll just focus on getting some of these things perfect. Okay, let me exit out of this real quickly. It is going to look a little weird. Sorry. Bear with me here during this difficult time. Okay. That over. Make it slightly bigger. Okay. All right, hang on. It does work. I'm just trying to make things look better, but I guess I really shouldn't mess with it, right? Okay. You guys just want to watch me play, right? Okay. So here we go. I'll explain everything in just a moment. So please just sit tight. Things are going to be great, okay? Things are going to be great. All right? I know this isn't the most efficient layout for a game like this, but... Okay, you know, actually, I'm going to mess with it some more. Because there is one thing that's bothering me, and if I'm going to be streaming this for the next hour or so, I would like to make sure the things are how I like it. I can make this box a little bigger so you guys can see yourself a little more. Block the arrow a little bit. That's fine. Okay. We good? When is the stream starting? All right, the stream is starting now, everybody. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to see this intro one more time. There you go. Yay. Jumpstart 3rd grade. Okay. So, allow me to explain a few things before I actually dive into the game, okay? So, I do read the YouTube comments. I do read your guys' feedback. And I do take a lot of things into consideration, okay? I understand that you guys often will say things like,
You Schiller, use something other than the splat ruler in Splatoon.
Oh, yo, Schiller, why do you only use the same 4 characters in Super Smash Bros? Oh, yo, Schiller, why do you always gotta use the black Yoshi? Oh, yo, Schiller, why can't you record, like, I see it all, okay? And I try to cater to as many people as possible. But the problem is, I can't do everything at once. It takes me some time to cater to people's needs, you know? So, hang on. Don't call this game dumb, because I assure you this game is actually really, really cool, okay? So, here's the thing. A lot of people say, yo, Schiller, all you ever play is Nintendo games. Yo, Schiller, why don't you play some PC games? So, bam, here you go, PC games. Alright, now I know this isn't exactly what you guys might have had in mind, but I assure you, this is a PC game, and while it is an educational game, it is still a game. It has a lot of game elements that actually are really fun, and I actually do think that this will be fun to live stream. Now, 2 live streams ago, 2 days ago, I jokingly said that I might live stream this, and then when I woke up today, I was like, you know, maybe I'll play this. So what is this game? It's a point-and-click educational game that was made in the 90s, but it's actually really, really fun, and I do think that you guys may get a kick out of it when I'm playing it. Now, just because it's 3rd grade education does not mean that the game is dumb. In fact, if anything, it means that the game has a more basis for fun than it does for education. So, like, don't worry, I'm not here to just be like, oh, okay, guys, you're in school, I gotta fit societal norms to make sure that my stuff is educational to you. No, it's still a game. It's still fun. Yes, there are educational things in it, but it is a fun game. And don't worry, you see this school right here, right? That's not where the game takes place. In fact, the game takes place in this mountain in the background, and I'm not even kidding. So I'm gonna imagine that a majority of the people here have no idea what this game is. Well, let me assure you that this game is actually going to be very, very fun, and that this game will actually probably be a lot better than you guys are anticipating it to be. Anybody who's actually played a Jumpstart game can probably tell you that they're actually really fun. So, okay, what do you do in this game? Well, let's go ahead and find out, alright? First, we gotta go to school. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the light here. As you can tell, it's definitely a 90s game.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
We've been waiting for you.
Okay.
Please sign in. We've got a busy day ahead.
Okay, so guys, just
If
bear...
you're new to this school, please use the keyboard to enter your name.
Alright, so guys, bear with me
If
for...
you're already enrolled, select your name by clicking on it. If you don't see your name, use the arrows to scroll up or down the list. When you're finished, click on the enter button.
Okay, so guys, bear with me for like the first 15-20 minutes or so, because the first 15-20 minutes is like an introduction to the game. But just bear with me. There will be certain points in this live stream where I just go silent. But yeah, let me assure you that this game actually is really cool. But you gotta bear with me for like the first 15-20 minutes, okay? It is really, really fun. And I grew up playing this game, believe it or not. I grew up playing a lot of Nintendo 64 games. And then I grew up playing this, okay? Yes, it is a dated game. Yes, it is an educational game. And yes, it's probably not what a lot of you guys were expecting me to stream today, but it is a lot of fun, okay? So as you can tell, I have 2 files right here, but I've played both of these. So for the sake of this, we'll go ahead and call this live stream. Can I put like a smiley face? Now that live stream is actually as many letters as it'll let me enter. I can't enter anymore. Okay, guys? Wait, is it actually lagging? Okay, well, two things. One, if it's lagging, try refreshing the stream. Sometimes the live stream will randomly desynchronize itself and the audio will not line up with the video. So try refreshing the stream. Anytime that happens, just refresh. Okay? If there are any technical difficulties in the stream, let me know. I am looking at the chat, so do not worry. But for now, we're gonna do this. Okay, I'm not modding anybody right now, though I might have to if you guys start spamming. But I do have moderators that should be in here, so. Okay, you guys ready? I'm gonna hit enter. We're gonna start the game now. Okay, you guys all set? You've refreshed your screens. You've done all that good stuff, because otherwise I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it, okay? Alright, here we go. I'm gonna click the button. We're gonna get started finally. Okay. Before I click this button, let me assure you guys, okay? Let me assure you guys that this is a fun game. If you are here to watch this game. Okay? I like you guys. I like you guys a lot. And that's why I'm playing this game, because you guys are like, oh, no, don't just play Nintendo games, whatever, okay? You guys ready? Here we go.
Please enter and have a seat. Sit up straight, no slouching in this classroom. Is that gum in your mouth?
Oh, sorry.
My mistake.
Okay, here we go. So this is just the start of the game. Now let me tell you right now. We're only going to be in here for about 5 minutes. Otherwise, we're never going to be here again, okay? Now, there are some things in this classroom that I don't think add up. For example, yes, in 3rd grade, you definitely do multiplication. You learn a little bit about the world. You know how to read a clock. Desks start looking like this, and they're not conducive to left-handed people like me. Yeah, you might learn a little bit about plants. The thing I don't agree with is this E equals MC squared thing right there. A lot of people know that. A lot of people know that Albert Einstein studied all that stuff, but a lot of people don't actually know what that means in 3rd grade. And I question why this chalkboard would just say 8 times 2 and then put E equals MC squared over here. But you know, whatever. It's decoration. Okay? Now, I can click on a few different things. I can click on the bell. I can click on those. Pretty much everything in here will do something, right? It's a point and click game. Oh, I guess if I click on the pen, it turns into a rocket. Okay. Alright, well. You can click on a multitude of different things. They'll all do something. I think even... No, there's... You know, sometimes I wish I could just look up at a light and there's just a fish in it, but... Well, that would also scare me. Okay? I'm not modding anybody today, okay? I'm here to play Jumpstart 3rd grade. I'm here to get a 3rd grade education, okay? I can't mod anybody, because then if I mod one person, I have to mod everybody. And if everybody's a mod, it takes the point out of it. So if you want to be a mod, you got to prove your loyalty. So sit back, relax, and get your 3rd grade education with me, okay? Now, obviously, the thing that I'm supposed to click is this. This is why it's lighting up. It's been flashing. It really wants me to click this. So in order to progress on with the game, I have to click this. Are you ready? Okay? Yeah, I'm reading the chat now. I'm reading the chat every now and again. I'm going to read it as often as possible. Ready? Here we go. So when I click on this, the world's going to fall apart. See, everything's flipping out. I can move this. I can't put it back. Oh! Whoa!
If Professor Sparks had meant for me to fly, he'd have given me wings. But what could I do? This mission is too important. He startled me. I didn't think anyone would be here. Hey, you've got that, the transquizzer. Now be careful with that thing. Don't drop it. The future of the world may depend on that little machine in your hands. That is, if I'm not too late. There's just so little time and so much to do. Listen, I need your help, and if you think you can handle it, you can help me save the world. I am Android XL2, but you can call me Botley. That's what Professor Spark calls me. His daughter Polly calls me... Well, never mind what Polly calls me. I'm not getting to the point, am I? Here, let me start from the beginning. This morning, Polly's father, he left for another one of his famous inventors' conventions, and he programmed me to keep an eye on Polly. I'm supposed to keep her out of trouble. With Polly, that's always tough. But today, it was impossible. After coming home from school and madder than I've ever seen her, Polly locked herself in her father's secret chamber. Now, I really shouldn't tell you this because I've been programmed for secrecy. But this being a world emergency and all, well... The professor has an honest-to-goodness time machine up there, and it really works. Not only that, but Polly sent 25 of the other androids back in time. The whole world is changing, and the changes have Polly written all over them. Cars don't exist anymore, and now everyone has to travel by pogo stick. An orangutan has just been elected president of the United States in a landslide.
Statue of Liberty is now the Statue of Licorice. It's all happening so quickly. But with your help, I think we can rescue all the androids and maybe stop the world from getting too weird. Just hand me the transquizzer. I think it's got all the information we need to get started.
Well, you told me I have the power of the world in my hands with this little gadget right here. Is that what you're saying? And truth be told, a lot of those things I don't agree with. I don't agree with the orangutan being president. I don't agree with having to bounce everywhere on a pogo stick. But the statue...
Please.
Well, hang on now. Luckily for you, I'm not...
I'll bug you till you agree to help. Please.
Well, I'll tell you what, Botley. You said your name was Botley, right? I'll tell you what. I am not a third grader. In fact, my education goes to college standards. I know that I may seem like I only have the education of a third grader, but let me assure you, I was an honors and AP student in high school. I have Obama's signature on my high school.
No? Please help.
You don't care that I have Obama's signature on my diploma? Well, okay. You know what? Fine. I'll help you. Because I don't have anything better to do.
Come with me.
You're a little bored, but you gotta bear with me for like the first 15 minutes or so, because we haven't even started the game yet. This is just plot right now. This is exposition. Okay? This is just exposition. We haven't even gotten to the game yet, okay? When we get to the actual game, that's when it'll be fun. For now, this is just telling me what's happening, okay? Right here is gonna be the first puzzle of this game, but this is nothing. It's gonna be really boring, but just bear with me, okay? Okay.
Well, this is it. Home sweet home. Polly should be inside.
Watching that poor dumb robot flying back in time, I couldn't ask for a better way to spend the afternoon. In another day, the world will see the dawning of Polly's planet. Whoops, it seems there's someone at the door. Let's take a little peek. Oh, it's only Botley. He knows I don't like to be disturbed when I'm working. It breaks my concentration. Okay, let's see what he wants. This might be fun. Oh, Snotley, you're back. I've been looking for you.
Skype!
Botley.
Shoot.
I can see you've got help.
Whatever.
And you got the transquizzer.
We'll leave that.
She knows we need it to save the world.
Didn't my father teach you it's rude to tell secrets, Rotley? Well, I suppose he's told you his side of everything. But what does he know? Today, when I was at school, the teacher handed us a surprise quiz. I already knew all the answers, and she knew I knew them. So, just to have some fun, I made up my own answer to that dumb old quiz. But instead of laughing like she was supposed to, she gave me a big fat 0. I felt faint and short of breath. No one's ever given me a 0 before.
Well, that's not quite true, Polly. I remember just 2 weeks ago.
Be quiet, Plotley. This is my story. Anyway, after getting my first 0 ever, I got the most brilliant idea. Instead of settling for a bad grade, I changed history to match my answers.
So you sent 25 of your father's robots back in time to change history? How could you do that, Polly?
Please, Spotley, if you're so scared, why don't you just bring them back yourself? You've got my transquizzer. Now all you need are the questions on my history quiz. To make it so easy even you can figure it out, I'll leave the disc with the first part of the test on the first floor. That's 5 questions total. Just plug that disc into the transquizzer. Then figuring out where I sent the robots should be simple. Oh, by the way, you have to get in the house first. And I changed the locks. Good luck!
Oh, that's just great. How are we going to get into the mountain? You see, the professor's lock system only opens when you reproduce the chimes you hear. Ring the doorbell to start the chimes. That will start the unlocking mechanism.
You don't have to like the voice acting. This game, it's a 1990s computer game, so obviously not everything's going to be perfect in this game. But just bear with me, okay? I'm about to do something that's so basic and so dumb that Uh, it's gonna seem really stupid, but oh, is the lip?
We need to get inside and fast. There's no telling what Polly's up to next.
Okay, you're asking if the lip flaps are matching with what they're saying. It is slightly off. Okay, but like the sound effect should be spot on. So like the second I click this, there should be a sound effect. Yeah, there we go.
Just listen closely and repeat what you've heard by clicking on the correct door panels.
Yes, this really is the first
You're
part of the
doing
game, so
great.
please just bear with me.
Good job, you opened the lock.
Don't worry, the game gets better after this.
All right. Good job, you opened the lock. Only one more lock to go.
There we go. Bam. Okay. Don't worry.
That's it,
That's
you
not
opened
the
the door.
entire game. That's like the only time I'm ever going to do that part of the game.
Now, be quiet and follow me. First, though, let me put this in a safe place. It's the utility belt that Professor Spark designed for me, and it's quite an achievement. Over there's a button that will take you out of any room in the mountain. The indicator next to it tells you how much energy is left to power the mountain. Now, if you ever need assistance, push on this button, and I'll do what I can to help. In the middle of the belt is the inventory. That's where we can store things we find in the mountain. The transquizzer, for instance. Professor Spark has set up a lot of games inside the mountain for Polly, me, and the other robots. If you click on this button, you can make some of them harder or easier to play. Finally, this score keeps track of how many invention points we earn. By opening the door, you've already earned a few points. Now, our destiny. This is the professor's home and laboratory. It's an entirely self-sufficient environment. We don't have to leave the mountain for anything. The professor even included recreational and cultural activities so he and Polly wouldn't get bored. Over there's the kitchen where we feature the very finest robot cuisine. Back there's the art gallery. Through that door is the music hall. When Polly takes her weekly music lesson there, the whole place clears out. Behind that door are stairs leading to the professor's jumbo electro generator. If necessary, we might have to go down there to power up. Finally, that stairway leads to the upper floors, filled with the professor's inventions. His most amazing invention, the time machine, is at the very top. Maybe later we'll have time to explore, but now we have to stop Polly from making the world too weird. To do that, we need to find that quiz disc. Hey, there it is. Pull out the transquizzer by clicking on the inventory button on the utility belt.
Okay. So this is kind of where we start getting into the nitty-gritty of the game. It's a point-and-click game, and each of these is a different type of game. So like this math game, this is a math game, okay? It is an educational game. This is a music game. This is an art game. This is well, it's not really a cooking game, but there's different things. Then on the next floor, there's also different games I can
Pull
play.
out the transquizzer
And eventually
by
I have to
clicking
do
on the
all of them.
inventory button on the utility
But here's what's
belt.
going to happen, okay? Two things. One, this is going to look really weird for a split second, but I'm going to alter some things. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Okay.
Pull out the transquizzer by clicking on the
Okay.
inventory button on the utility belt.
Okay. So, basically, it is an educational game at the end of the day, but it is a point-and-click game with a bunch of different mini games and stuff. And it's going to give me the option in just a moment to choose between 5 different stories. In the end, I have to do all of them. And there's like 25 stories total in this game, but you do them in sets of 5. Now, when I get to the set of 5, I'm going to let you guys choose which story you want me to do. So for now, while I get through this exposition, I want you guys to enter a number in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And whichever one I see the most of is the one I'm going to do. Okay? So, here we go. Oops, what was that? What was I supposed to do? There we go.
All right, it looks like the disc should be inserted in the slot near the top of the transquizzer.
Good morning, Polly. I hope you've studied for the quiz today. You may have a lot of natural ability, but even geniuses need to study.
That's Polly's teacher, Ms. Winkle. At that school on the hill, everything's state-of-the-art. All the quizzes are personalized, programmed, and videotaped by the teacher. Pretty cool, huh?
Now, today's quiz is all about inventions and discoveries, something you should know plenty about, Polly. But no fair asking your father for help. There are 25 questions total, Polly. 5 on each of the 5 discs I've passed out to you and the rest of the class. That's 5 different levels. So, sit up straight, put on your thinking cap, and select your first question.
Okay, what we should do first is select one of the quiz questions. Just click on any one of the 5 buttons near the bottom of the transquizzer. Since we've got to bring all the robots back, the order doesn't really matter.
Okay. In the chat, I saw a lot of 4. There's not a lot of all of them, but 4 seemed to be the most common answer, so we're going to start with 4. Okay? Like Botley was saying, the order doesn't really matter, so let's do 4. Okay.
Click on the yellow start button if you want to hear this question.
This is what we're going to do. All right, so when you get sick, the role of a doctor is to figure out what's wrong with you and then prescribe the treatment necessary to get you better. What's the role of a nurse? Okay? That's the question that this teacher lady over here is going to ask to Polly over here. And Polly is going to answer it incorrectly, but the teacher's going to say she's right. And we have to go back and change history so that the actual correct answer to this is still correct, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through this whole journey to find out what a nurse does to make you feel better.
Magicians used to be in charge of curing the sick. If you were sick, you had magic performed on you to make you healthy again. Today, if you get sick, you go to the doctor, not to the magician. Thank goodness times have changed. When you get sick, the role of a doctor is to figure out what's wrong with you and then prescribe the treatment necessary to get you better. What's the role of a nurse? Since the thing that never fails to make me feel better is cake and ice cream, I guess that's what nurses give their patients. Ice cream and cake. Medicine like that makes you feel better instantly. That's exactly right, Polly. There's nothing better when you're very sick than chocolate cake a la mode.
Polly thinks you help sick people by giving them dessert. What a disaster. People will be trying to get sick just so they could go to the hospital and get ice cream and cake. What about people who really are sick? We gotta stop her. Click on the inventory button to put away the transquizzer.
Okay, we're not trying to help the villain. We're trying to stop the villain. So she changed history to make it so that when you get sick, you actually get served ice cream and cake. And that sounds awesome, right? But as we know, it's morally correct to go to the hospital in order to get medicine and treatment, not ice cream and cake. If you want to go get ice cream and cake, you can go to the grocery store. You can generally go to any ice cream store, Baskin-Robbins, all that stuff, right? So we got to change history to make this answer actually correct. So we're going to put this away. All right.
Well, it just so happens, Sotley, that I realized long ago that you would try to mess up my work. So I covered my tracks by hiding clues all over the mountain. 4 clues total.
Well, Polly, okay. It looks like we have no choice but to play by your rules, as unfair as they are. Just tell us what we need to find for this mission.
Cool your pits, Hotley. Here's the situation. I've sent the robot doctor, Dr. Bugbot, back in time. If you want to find the good doctor, you'd better locate these 4 clues. A baby bottle, a lamp, a tablespoon, and a bar of soap.
Not Dr. Bugbot. If I get a computer virus, he's the only one who can get the bugs out of my program. Oh, we better get a move on, quick. Shh, I'm going to try to sense this area out for clues. Okay, all sensors indicate that Polly hid a mission clue in the kitchen. There's also a mission clue in the painting gallery.
Okay, so here's how this game works. Okay, now we're getting into the actual point of the game. So basically, as was explained at the beginning of the game, there's this professor guy here, okay? He has a daughter named Polly, and he has a lead robot named Botley, which is this guy. The professor made dozens and dozens of robots that Polly sent into the past to change history. And we had to get those robots out of history, right? We had to make history the way it was supposed to be. Now, in order to do that, we have to get these different random objects, which won't make much sense for now, but we have to get these different random objects, use them to access the professor's time machine, and then go back in time and get the robot, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Now, Polly says she hid 4 clues, and 2 of them are on this floor, the others are on other floors, but we'll start with this floor. So there's the kitchen, and there's the art gallery. Those are the 2 places where there are clues right now. So let's start with the kitchen. And bear in mind, this is like a big mountain where robots run everything, so each of these rooms has a different robot. So here we go. And let's head on in.
This is the door to the kitchen. Everyone eats here. Polly, her dad, and of course, all us robots. The professor put a lock on it months ago because some of the robots were getting a little gluttonous. I mean, they'd eat all the time if they could. I used to know the combination, but it looks like Polly's changed this lock. You can figure out the combination if you can figure out the math problems that appear on the door. That's Mort peeking out from inside. He's one of the nicer robots around here, but he gets a little cranky when he hasn't eaten.
Thank goodness you're here. My stomach's rumbling and I don't know how to cook.
Click on the arrows on the tiles at the bottom of the equation. The up arrows will increase the number. The down arrows will decrease it. When you think you've got the correct number in the tile, click the glowing enter button beneath it. If you want, you can also enter numbers using your keyboard. Then press enter.
So here's the scoop, okay? This is going to seem really easy, right? As we know, 38 plus 10 is 48. So I can raise the difficulty of this. We're going to put this to level 3.
Of course, the door's still locked, but you'll have no trouble getting the combination.
Oh, please hurry. I'm faint with hunger.
Okay, so now I've got some 3-digit numbers, right? And it's just addition. Okay, so that's going to be a 7. The clicking thing is a little weird on this. Okay, that's a 7. Carry the 1, so that's going to be a 0.
I don't think that,
I can't click anything.
Nope. Nope. That's not right.
You're not letting me click anything, dude. Alright, forget it. Alright. For some reason, like, it's not letting me enter stuff. But, okay. This would be 1807, right? No? Why isn't it letting me enter anything? I might have to do this on easy.
Nope, that's not right. Try again.
I'm a little confused. Okay, it's not letting me enter stuff. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do it on easy because it's not letting me enter anything. It is an older game, but that should be 1807, right? Well, let me mess with this one more time. No, it flat out won't let me do it. Well, hang on. 9 plus 8 is 17, but that's not what I'm supposed to enter right now, is it? It's asking me to add up this whole thing, so if I enter 17, this shouldn't work. Well, okay, I'll try it. Oops.
You added the numbers correctly, but the result is too big to
Yeah,
fit on
it's
one
not letting
tile.
me.
So we need to carry the extra amount to the next column.
Oh, I
Now
guess I
the
was supposed to
extra
enter
amount in
17.
the
You're right.
ones place
Okay.
has been carried over.
Thank
to
you.
You added the numbers correctly.
All right, there we go.
Now the extra amount in the tens place. That's right.
Thank you.
But that number is.
I
too
didn't know
big
I was
to
gonna
fit
do
in
the carryover
hundreds
thing.
place. So we have to move the extra amount.
There you go. No! Macaroni Senpai, get out of here. Alright. We're good? Bam. Alright, there we go. Now that I know how it's working. Alright, he has to
You
do
got
the whole
first
carry the
lot.
number
Two
thing.
more to go.
Okay. So here we go now. So the addition or subtraction. Okay. So that's going to be 4. That's also going to be 4. And that's it. Okay.
All right, you got
Sky
2
pipe.
locks.
Okay.
Just one
Here
more.
we go. Let's do it. Addition or subtraction. Oh, multiplication. Okay. So I have to enter in 36.
Nope.
Oh, wait,
that's
I'm
not
sorry.
right.
I'm entering that wrong. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7. 63. I'm sorry. Not 36. 63.
Multiplied the number.
I'm sorry.
Now the
7
extra
times
amount
8 is
in the ones
56.
place
Plus
has been
6
carried
would be
over
62.
To the tens plate. You multiply.
Okay. 7 times 1 is 7. Okay.
That's
Bam. There you go.
You did it! I knew Polly couldn't keep us out. This is Professor Sparks' kitchen, but I doubt your kitchen is anything like this unless you happen to have lots of hungry robots hanging around your house. See that machine in the middle of the room? It's the
You have to
robot
give out
feeder.
no worries. If
Two
you don't want to
things you
watch
should know
this, I'm
about
not
robots.
necessarily offended.
One,
But I assure you guys
they're
it's a fun
usually
game.
hungry.
But alright,
And
see you
two,
later,
their
ADP
table
3000
manners are
Pikmin.
atrocious. Around now, I'd normally be hungry enough to eat a 57 Chevy, but Polly's behavior has made me lose my appetite.
Hey, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, Spotly. Of course, if you do leave, you won't be able to find the mission clue I've hidden in here.
If you want, you can click around the kitchen to check out some of the cool stuff in here. But to feed Mort and help save the world, click on the feeding machine. I have to warn you though, watch your fingers and toes around hungry robots.
Alright, here we go. Let's go to the feeding machine, okay? Here we go.
Here it is, Professor Sparks' robot feeding machine.
Well, let me change this to level 3 real quickly. Do it on the hardest difficulty.
Chow time, and Mort's ready to munch. What's your pleasure, Mort?
Let's see. Tonight I'm in the mood for a sliver of mud pie. And please top that with delicious green slime, strawberries, refined sugar, and motor oil.
Good thing you have a cast iron stomach, Mort. Now click on the on-off switch in front of the feeding machine, and I'll crank this baby into gear. Dig in.
Okay, so here's how this works, okay? So we have all these instructions here, and using the tools at the top, I have to fill those up accordingly. Now, I don't I have to have 3,800 milliliters of slime, but of course, I don't have this full-on 3,800, so I can mix and match this any way I want, but obviously the most efficient way would be to use 1750 twice. That'll get me to 3,500, and then I need 300 more for there, so I can use like 250 and okay, anyway, so here's what we gotta do. Okay, so I need to get some slime. Okay, then I can put this back, get that, and then I need 50 more. Got it? And I have to do this before these things go away. Okay, so I need 7 and 1/2. Okay, strawberries. And I can actually stop this if I want to, so like, hang on.
I don't think you're finished yet.
I'm not finished,
Click
hang on.
the switch to continue preparing Mort's meal.
Okay, I guess I'm not allowed to stop it, but... I mean, obviously I can pause it, but it's like, okay, fine. I'm not fast enough. 1/4. There you go. What do you need? What do you need? Time out, time out. I can't read this quickly enough.
I don't think you're finished
475
yet.
molecules of
Click
sugar.
on the
Okay.
switch to continue
Okay, I got it,
preparing Mort's meal.
It is understood. Okay. Alright. Game's proven to be tricky. I need 475. Yeah, that's good enough. And then I need 1,100. Oh, shoot.
Please pay attention.
I'm sorry.
That hardly goes with this dish.
Motor oil.
Start
I'm sorry.
over.
I'm sorry. Start over. Oh, I'm sorry. That's carrot juice. Why do you do this to me, man? Why do you do this to me, man? I'm trying to play some educational games. Okay. Motor oil. Alright. Okay. There we go. I gotta wait for everything to come back around again. Okay. There we go. Oh wait, that's the slime, right? I'm just sitting here not doing anything. Here we go. Also, you guys might not be able to hear it, but this game actually does have a pretty interesting soundtrack. Okay. Now that's salt, not sugar, so we're gonna leave that. Melteo cheese. Oh, melted cheese. I'm sorry, that looked like an O. I'm like, what's melteo? Oh, melted. I assure you, I have a 3rd grade education. Okay, carrot juice. I need the strawberries and the molecules of sugar, please. I'm gonna get the cup ready. Yeah, this game actually has an interesting soundtrack. Here we go. We'll take those. Alright. 6 1/4. 7 1/2. We're gonna put that back. And now I need the molecules of sugar. Just have to click this 3 times and it should be good to go. Bam.
You were right to get rid of that. He wouldn't have liked it.
Wait, what the
Click on the
frick?
switch to try again.
What did I get rid of? Oh my god, okay. We're good. That's the end. Wait, no, I put in too much sugar. Oh, that's why. That's the problem. I'm sorry.
Good thing
Sorry.
you dumped that. Mort is so
Okay,
finicky.
I got it.
You'll
I'm
get
sorry.
it
I'm
this
entering
time.
too much. I'm sorry. Sorry again. Wait. Huh. Wait. Ah. Frick. Ah. I'm sorry. That's the same problem I made last time, right? I put in too much sugar. I'm sorry. In all due fairness, I keep looking back at the chat as well. Okay. Alright. I'm sorry, I need this. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. Live streaming, I can't even count. To be fair, it is on the hardest difficulty, see? Level 3. Give me that sugar. Okay. That's slime. I don't need slime. I don't need slime. Okay. Nicholas Ziegler, you have been shouted out by Yoshiller. Okay. Nope, nope, not the melted cheese. I could take this cheese and just pour it all over your head. That's an option. Okay. I'm not going to, so don't worry. Okay, here we go. Okay. I do this quickly enough. Oops, I didn't mean to put that back. Come on. Okay. I'm not fast enough. Not fast enough. No! The sugar! Ah! No! No! Mort! Alright. Yoli pal, you have been shouted out by Yoshiller. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta pour sugar all over this. Bam. There you go. Devour that. There you go. Now give me what I need to save the past.
Thank you so much. I couldn't eat another bite.
Way to go! Man, that Mort can put it away.
For providing such a fine feast, here's a little tip.
Stow that clue in your inventory for safekeeping. We've got a mission to complete.
So I have one of 4 things that I need in order to use the time machine. And the first thing is this baby bottle. It won't make sense now, but later it will. So we'll put this away.
Okay.
Okay.
All sensors indicate that Polly hid a mission clue in the painting gallery.
Alright, so that's one thing so far. So he said there's a clue in the painting gallery, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys this. How many of you guys like Mario Paint? I'm just asking. We'll see. Alright, so painting gallery, please.
This is Professor Sparks' art gallery. It's sort of an art museum and an art studio combined. That odd-looking machine over there is his virtual collection, where the professor keeps a display of some of the most famous works of art in the world. You can also go into the painting gallery in the back to create your own masterpiece. Don't forget to bring your imagination.
If you're going to visit the gallery, you let me know if you find any of Polly's things hidden in there. If I've told her once, I've told her 1,000 times, don't mess up the collection. Of course, she doesn't listen to me. Why, once I found a Romanesque urn
Yes, her
next
audio
to a
is out of
Baroque.
sync with her
That's
lip
Mrs.
flaps,
Beasley.
so like don't worry
She's
about
the
that.
resident art expert. Some say she's as old as some of the Greco-Roman statues in here.
I heard that, you hotshot silicon chipsters. So smart and so fast and so what? I've got more sense in my vacuum tubes than a lot of you.
Well, if we have any questions about the art, we'll be sure to ask you. My gut feeling is that there's a clue in the painting gallery. It's right behind me.
Dragontrine! Earlier you said this. Dragontrine! You have been shouted out by Yo Schiller! There you go. Okay, so we're gonna go back here.
This room looks like an ordinary painting gallery, but Polly's father created it so anyone can make their own art.
Heidi ho, Snotley. I hid one of the mission clues here, and if you want it, either you or your friend will have to paint me a pretty picture. Of course, I get to tell you exactly what to paint. And it better be good. I've always wanted a painting that showed something like this. The frog in the woods. Every year in the woods, frogs hold a contest to see who can jump the highest. They just jump up and down over and over again. Some jump up high while others aren't so good.
Click on any of the empty frames to begin painting. Click on the sheet of paper on the floor to read Polly's story.
Okay, let's see. The frog in the... What an amazing story. In the woods, the frogs held a contest to see who could jump the highest. They just jumped up and down over and over again. Some jumped up high, while others weren't so good. Well, you know, I understand it's a third grade game, third grade educational game, but you know, when I was in third grade, I assure you, I could write one heck of a story. Let me assure you. Let me assure you. Okay. All right. So she wants frogs in the woods. Okay, I gotta make that. All right. So I can pick any of these. Just because it's me, we're gonna do top left. Okay. I did.
So the deal here is that Polly wants us to illustrate her strange story. I don't have much of an artistic flair. It's just not in my programming. So it looks like it's up to you. Luckily, Professor Spark made it so anyone can paint like one of the great masters. To your left are all the tools you'll need, and at the bottom are lots of cool colors. If you need to be reminded of what Polly's demanding, click on the card on the lower left corner of the frame.
Okay. So it could be pretty amusing if I hooked up my drawing tablet and just started like drawing here. I actually could draw some pretty cool stuff, but it would mess up the live stream, and we don't really have time to do that. So she wants a frog in the woods. Okay, so here are the woods. All right. She wants some frogs. I can put in as many frogs as I want. So I'm gonna put frog there. You want another frog? You want another frog there? And then I don't know. What do you guys want in this picture? What do you guys want? It's not Microsoft Paint. Microsoft Paint does not have animated frogs. Matthew Savage, you have been shouted out by Yo Schiller. Anyway, what do you guys want? I could look. Whoops. I can't draw up here. Oh no, I can. Do not be a frog. Okay. No being a frog. None of that. Okay, you guys want a bird? Alright, hang on. There's... Oh, in other scenarios you can do other things. Alright. Here's a bird. Look, it's like he's riding the bird. The Gladstone boy! You have been shouted out by Yo Schiller. Sugar Cookie 52! You have been shouted out by Yo Schiller. Oh, that's just a circle tool. Oh, I could have used this. We're gonna put a bunch of circles everywhere. And then, I'm gonna draw, it's a picture of my head. Okay? Okay, you know, here. I need, where's the eraser? Okay, here we, no. Said, eraser, no! How do I erase everything? How do I undo? There we go. Yes, new painting. Okay. Okay, here we go. So like, I'm left-handed and I'm using a mouse with my right hand, so bear with me, okay? But it's like I could do something like this. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, 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 okay. Do. Everyone here is just wanting shout outs. I'm trying to draw my face. And then I'll put a Yoshi hat over here. Okay. It's a Yoshi. See, it's gonna look like Yoshi. I can't draw with my mouse. I need my tablet. That's okay. Okay. Hmm. I kind of look like Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. Probably. I take a lot of influence from shows like Phineas and Ferb and Fairly Odd Parents, that type of animation style. And I usually wear a hoodie, so I put one of those on. Okay. This is gonna be great. Alright, we're gonna fill this in. All sorts of colors. Ready? Yes. 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 Except my eyes are blue, so I'm gonna do that. Yes. Yes. Okay. We're gonna do. Oh yeah. Oh wait, no. No. Okay. Bucket. There you go. Oh, can I like hit Control Z? No. No. No, I can't. That's okay. I need a brush. And then I need a bucket. I can just never fill this in because my brush won't let me go all the way to the bottom of the screen. Hang on. Fill. Fill. If this doesn't fill it in, then forget it. Well, that's a bummer. Well, it was fun while it lasted. I'm not a double-chinned monster. I'm not a monster. No. No. Oh, that's the undo thing. Welp. What is this? Nope. Look, I have bright skin, but even I'm not that pale. All right, hang on. You know what? We're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna go. Can I fill this in with a bucket? Oh, well, hang on. I gotta fill that in too. There you go. There you go. Hang on. No! Frick, man. All right, you know what? We're just gonna beat this. Ah! It erased all of my hard work and effort. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna put graffiti all over this. Ready? Here we go. Shake, 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 shake. We're gonna do it in white, actually. Shake, 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 shake. Yoshi in cursive. Shh. And then my little iconic smiley face that I put on everything. Shh. There you go. This is why I don't do graffiti. Alright, let me make this a little more notable. Okay. Alright, there we go. Yes. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. It's great, okay? Now, I only need one frog. But I assure you, I know how to draw. I'm just using a mouse with my right hand and I'm left-handed. Okay. Here. You know what? What's this? I can put music here. Oh. That's interesting. Can we get some like rock and roll? No. Nope. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, we need some Yoshi eggs all over here. Look. Oh, it's the individual pixels. No. No. Oh no, don't make me do this. Oh, why? Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna spray paint this in. Alright, no, we're gonna start this over. How do I... What was the obliterate button? Can't... Okay. What does this do? Oh. Oh, okay. That's what that does. Alright. How do I obliterate this? There we go. Start over! Okay. And then we need... Okay. Oops, no. Well, we can use a dragonfly, sure. I really want the frog. Alright. Gonna graffiti my name back into the picture. Ready? Shake, shake, shake. Look at all my amazing work. Look at all my amazing work. The world is at stake and I'm busy just painting pictures with a spray can. There we go. And yes. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I was doing like Kirby's Epic Yarn with my friend Ian. And we devoted an entire part to decorating the house that you can decorate in the game. So whenever I sign your guys' stuff at a convention, this is usually what I put. Is that I put Yoshi or Yoshiller. I can't fit Yoshiller here. And then I did this little tongue smiley. And then I give him like a stare face. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a dank soundtrack. Okay. We're good. Print it. Print it. Okay, I can't print it. Thankfully, we live in a day and age where I can print screen it, and we'll get back to that later, okay? So I'm done. Oh, that's the thickness of the line that I can make. Oh, shoot. That makes a lot more sense, okay. Let's go back over this now. Thicker. It doesn't get any thicker. Well, okay. That's it then. Frog in the woods. Yep. Okay. All right. I think I'm done. Let me get out of here, I guess. Yes, I do want to see it.
Yes.
There you go.
An artist.
And poof,
Let's
there's a
add the
lamp.
clue to the inventory and move forward.
Elizabeth San Juan, you have been shouted out by Yoshiller. There you go. All right. I'll take that.
Good work. It seems you got no mission clues here. Let's try another floor.
All right. I got everything, right? I'll make sure. Okay, I got that. I got that. Now I need the soap. And I need the spoon. Okay, so let's go upstairs. There's no more stuff down here. Ready? We're gonna go up the stairs. There you go.
You'll see that as we go up higher in the mountain, the professor's inventions get more secret and bizarre.
I've lost too many brain cells
Here
watching
we
the
have the
stream.
professor's delicate biosphere. And over there, we have the professor's shrinkomatic, an easy way to shed a few robot pounds. That tram there will take us even further up into the mountain, and to some of the professor's other inventions, including his famous time machine. If you want to go back to the first floor, click on these stairs. Quiet now. I'm going to sense out this area. I'm picking up a clue reading in the shrinking machine room.
You know, truth be told, I'm probably not going to be live streaming for too long today, so I'm probably not going to do Mario Maker today. Maybe tomorrow. I'll be live streaming tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then that'll be it for live streams for a little while. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, live streaming's cool for other people. Live streaming's not really my thing. Jared Fleming, you have been shouted out by Yo Schiller. This robot's name is Botley. Alright, where did you say it was? Hang on.
Stand back now while I sense the
Busy
place
talking.
out. Okay, all sensors indicate that Polly hit a mission clue in the shrinking machine room.
Alright, here we go. Yep. Things with wings.
This is Professor Sparks' masterpiece. Well, one of them anyway. He calls it the something or other. We call it the shrinkomatic. It can reduce anything or anyone to the size of a medium-large molecule with the help of my good friend Egbert.
Oh, yes. So if you want to know about any of my wonderful specimens, just pick up this analyzer and click on it. But please, don't hurt the specimens.
Well, that'll come in handy when you go searching for the mission clue, because I miniaturized it and hid it inside one of those specimens.
Which specimen, Polly? Give us a hint.
Okay, Potley, okay. Anything to stop your whining. Which specimen forms a basket with its legs? Egbert uses the basket to collect more specimens.
Goodness, what a thought! I only use the most sterile collection devices when gathering my specimens. Basket, indeed.
So we have to figure out which specimen Polly is talking about. That's where Egbert will come in handy. Use his analyzer to get information on any of the specimens and to help you determine which is the right one. When you think you know the right specimen,
Bye, Nicholas
hand the
Ziegler.
analyzer back to Egbert. You can then move the specimen over to the shrinkomatic. Once it's there, Egbert can shrink me to the size of a molecule. Then I can dive into the specimen and find what we're looking for.
Okay, so here's how this works. I have this, which I can use to read about these animals.
Cicada.
And I have to find the
A
one that makes a
cicada
nest.
is a
Stop,
cicada.
stop. Okay. And I have to use this to determine which animal makes a nest with its legs. Okay, that was the hint I got. Alright, I lost all respect for Polly as a villain. She's already made more mistakes than Eggman. I don't nominate hacker. Okay. Look, it's a third grade educational game, okay? She's not gonna be the best villain in the world. But, alright. Ryan asks, how's it going? I'm okay. I'm probably gonna save this one robot. There's 25 robots that I have to save in the game. I do not have time to get all 25 of them in this live stream. So I'll save this one robot. I'll do the rest of the mini games.
Before Polly sends the world spinning on its head.
Dude, Botley, one moment, please. So, basically, after I do this mini game and then like one more mini game, I'm gonna head off for a bit and we'll decide what I'm gonna do tomorrow. It's probably gonna be Mario Maker tomorrow, but no guarantee. Well, it's likely going to be that though. Okay, so which of these makes a nest
Weevil.
with its legs?
Weevil rhymes
Nope.
with peacock. A peacock is a
yeah.
large, brightly colored
Oh, I know all
bird.
about peacocks. They live
When
right
a
next to me. They're
peacock
really
spreads its
noisy. They're
tail
very
feathers,
pretty, but they're
it's
very
shown
pretty,
off
but they're
its
very
bright
noisy.
Owl. Owls are birds of prey.
yes, they are.
Ostrich. Ostriches
I
are
know
the
they have the
world's
world's largest
biggest
eggs. Yep.
mosquito. Mosquitoes
no.
are flying insects
They are
with long
virus
legs.
holders is what they are.
Ladybug.
Let's see. They are nice.
Ladybugs are
Ladybugs are cool.
beautiful insects. Relate hummingbird. The
forward and
hummingbird
backwards like
is
a
one of the
helicopter, yep.
smallest birds. Dragonfly. The scary bald eagle. This noble-looking bird of prey is the national symbol of the United States. The bat. Bats are flying mammals that own honeybee. Bees are flying insects that live in colonies called hives. Worker bees perform an elaborate dance on the honeycomb to tell the other bees where the flowers with the best nectar. Cicada. A cicada is a small insect with mosquito.
Hang on, wait, I missed something.
Weevil. Weevil rhymes with evil, and that's what many people think it is. Weevils are beetles that eat plants, seeds, and wood. Farmers dislike them because they can destroy whole crops of cotton and wheat.
Dragon Shrine. I did watch Inside Out, and I think it's a phenomenal movie, but like I didn't cry, but I think it's a phenomenal movie, and I strongly encourage anybody that's a fan of animation to go see Inside Out.
Peacock.
Anyway.
A peacock is a large owl. Owls are birds of prey that hunt only ostrich.
Did it say anything about any of these
Ostriches
creating
are ladybug.
anything with a nest
Ladybugs
with
are
its legs?
beautiful. Hummingbird. The hummingbird
Did I
is
miss
one of the
something?
smallest birds in the world. It gets its name from the sound its wing.
Which of these makes a nest with its legs? I thought that's what the hint was, and none of these.
Dragonfly.
Okay,
The
hint. I need help for a second. Maybe it's back for a second.
You should use Egbert's analyzer to find out about the specimens in the specimen case. When you think you know which specimen Polly hid the object in, hand the analyzer back to Egbert. You can then move the specimen over to the Shrinkomatic for some inner space exploration.
Alright, gimme. Alright.
Bald eagle. This noble-looking bird of prey is the national bat. Bats are flying mammals that only come out at night. To find its way in the dark, a bat makes a high-pitched squeak.
Jared
It
Fleming,
then
I am not
listens
going to
to
be
the
in Charles's
echoes
next
of the
animation. Now, one moment, please. I swear I didn't say anything about any of these making a nest with its feet. What the heck? What the heck? Let me leave and come back
all
in.
set.
I think I missed something.
Now we're back at the Shrinkomatic.
Just let me know if you need any information about my darling specimens.
Don't forget Polly's hint. Find the specimen that forms a basket with its legs.
What was a basket with its legs? Yeah. When did it mention...
Cicada. A cicada, honeybee. Bees are flying in bat. Bats are flying mammals. Bald eagle.
Basket with its legs. Which of these made a freaking basket? Anyway. Anyway, will I be in Charles' next animation? I will not. 135 pieces of toilet paper walked up to a stand, and the man said, "Sorry, we don't sell toilet paper here." Okay. Alright, none of these about making
Hummingbird.
basket with
The
its legs.
hummingbird is one of the smallest birds in the world. It gets its name from the
Out of all
sound
your mains
its
in
wings
Smash, which
make
one
when
do
it
you like the
flies.
most? Little Mac. That's
Humming-
Little Mac. Little Mac is my favorite character to use in Smash.
Ladybug. Ladybugs are
Because it feels so good landing a victory with him.
weevil. Weevil rhymes with evil, and that's what many peacock. A peacock is a large, brightly colored bird. When a peacock spreads its tail,
Okay.
ostrich. Ostriches.
Well, I see nothing about a
Ladybug.
basket,
Ladybugs are
so
beautiful.
we're just gonna try this. What would make something with its feet? Well, it's not peacock. I'll tell you that. If it's peacock, I'm gonna be impressed. But I'm fairly certain it's not a peacock. Makes a basket with its feet. We're gonna try the owl.
Do you think that's the right specimen? If so, just click on the microscope on the floor.
There you go.
Bon voyage, Botley. That's French, you know.
Tis a far better thing, Arthur.
Now, doesn't this look like a familiar
If you
game?
chose the right specimen, the object Polly hid should be somewhere inside that giant molecular thingamabob up there. You just have to bat me into that stuff until it's revealed. Click on the mouse button to launch me into inner space, then use the mouse to move the magnet. I can't stay small forever though, so try to get through the molecules before I return to my regular size. I won't last more than 10 rounds in here, so you have to work quick. Click on the mouse to launch me.
Nicholas Ziegler, I gave you a shout out. I thought you were leaving, so I said goodbye. But okay. Nicholas Ziegler, here is your shout out from Yoshiller. Now, if you excuse me, I have some learning to do. This is a molecular minigame. This probably looks familiar to anybody that's played a game. There you go. I have to get Botley. It's that big orange one in the center. So we're gonna do this. And if I chose the wrong specimen, then the clue that Polly hid is not gonna be there. Okay? I'm gonna do my best. Thank you for bearing with me. I thought this game would be fun to live stream, but I think you guys might be getting bored, so maybe I won't live stream this tomorrow. But I do want to complete at least like this one mission, and then afterward, I'll figure things out. Here we go. Ah, there you go. There you go. There you go. We're breaking molecules. This is dangerous. Like these are just like blowing up, right? Isn't splitting an atom like extremely dangerous? How would this be encouraged? It's a trap. Botley, stop! You need to stop bouncing, Botley. I mean, breaking a molecule and splitting an atom are two different things. I know. It's like I still can't help but feel this is dangerous. And what happens if I miss? What happens if if I miss Botley, then he's just forever stuck in this molecular structure because he's the size of an atom, and I'll never see him. Well, okay. Anyway, I'm feeling smarter already. I feel the education just coming right to me. There we go. Come on now. Come on now. Yes. There we go. Ready? Okay. Oh, it's close. It's close. We're going to blow that one up. Here we go. Okay. You know, I have an interesting story about this game. Recently, or well, maybe not recently, like a couple years ago, I had this game growing up, and I couldn't find it for a little while. Like, I had the case for the game, but I couldn't find the disc. So I bought a new one, and I couldn't install it because this is a game from the 90s. And as a result, it's not exactly easy to install a game on a Windows 7 computer when it's from the 90s. So I called customer service from Jumpstart. I wasn't even sure if they'd still be around, but they are. And I called them. And I said, hi, I am a fan of your Jumpstart games, and I was trying to see if I can maybe play one of the games again, maybe record a video on it or something. And I'm having some difficulty installing your game. By any chance, do you guys have some sort of way to make the game compatible with Windows 7? And the person on the phone call just said no. And I said, oh, okay. Is there anything else I can do? And the guy said, well, you can take that game and throw it in the trash. And I said, oh, okay, thanks. And he said, no problem. And then he hung up. And then, lo and behold, I got the game to work on Windows 7. So, I don't know what that was all about, but I did it. Why am I playing this game? Because I grew up with this game, and everyone's like, yo, Schiller, I wish you'd play something that isn't a Nintendo game. Well, here you go. Playing a computer game. Bam. Okay, hopefully this is the correct one. So, yeah. There you go. Is this correct? Nope, this was not correct. I chose the wrong specimen.
Nope, not there. I guess we'll have to go back to the shrinking machine and try again.
Botley, you're a
Anywhere.
good sport. Alright. Here he goes.
I guess it's pretty clear that wasn't the right specimen. Concentrate on Polly's hint.
Sorry, Owl, we just destroyed all the molecules in your body. Hope you're okay. Just gonna set you back on there. None of you said anything
Weevil.
about a basket, though.
Peacock. A peak ostrich. Ostriches are the world's biggest mosquito. Mosquitoes are flying insects with long legs. Female ladybug. Ladybugs are beautiful insects related to the beetle. Ladybugs eat hummingbird. The hummingbird, dragonfly.
Oh,
scary-
there you go. It's the dragonfly. Was that there before? I'm sorry if I didn't notice it.
Time to shrink.
Bon voyage,
Okay, it's the
Botley.
dragonfly.
That's French, you
Got
know.
it. Am I going to play Pikmin 4 when that game comes out? I will play Pikmin 4. Oh, do I like cake or pie? I actually don't like either. Here we go, Botley. I don't really eat cake or pie, so for my birthdays I get like a bunch of cookies. Alright, here we go. This is the correct one. I can't believe anybody would say that in a phone call, let alone customer service. Let alone customer service for a children's educational game. But, yeah. Never spoke with that guy again, obviously, but we'll see what happens. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go! Okay. Oh, I missed. It like glitched for a second.
Whoa! Now I know how a pinball feels.
Yeah, well, this isn't pinball, so it's okay. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. There you go. Get all in there. Okay. Slowly but surely. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Silver Yosh, you have been shouted out by Yoshiller. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. No. Ah. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Come on. Come on. Don't really have much control over where he goes. Just gotta go with it. Okay. Okay. We could be here a while. Why does everyone want shoutouts? See, this is why I don't do this. Okay, like this is why when people ask to be a mod, I make one person a mod, right? And then everyone else is like, well, why can't I be a mod? And then everybody's a mod, and then there's no point because everybody's a mod. Oh, alright. 2 more shoutouts. Electrifying Pikachu, you have been shouted out by Yoshiller. And Advanced Fail, you have been shouted out by Yoshiller. Okay, no more shoutouts. No more. At least not in this stream. Maybe in other live streams. Oh. There we go. Come on now. Come on now. Ken Landefeld! No! No! Nobody's supposed to know that I have you on Skype. No! The secret has been ruined. That's okay. You guys know who Ken Landefeld is? You guys can look him up right now. Do you know who that is? Whom that is? No, that's just who. That's not whom. Do you know who that is? Because I know who that is. Do you guys know Ken Landefeld?
We found it! Just pick up the clue and add it to the inventory.
I can just pick it up now? Okay.
There are no mission clues on this
Oh,
floor.
we just got out of there
Let's go
somehow.
to another floor.
That's interesting. We just miraculously got out of there. Oh, that's a relief. All right, onward to the top floor. Here we go. Flashy. Thank you very much, me, we 3DS fan
Yes,
912.
we're at the very top of the mountain.
Bye,
Just knowing
Keelan
what's up
Lawson.
here gives me chills. Still, I'd go anywhere and face any danger to save my fellow robots. Over there, we have the professor's observatory. Once, a while ago, he caught Polly spying on the neighbors with the telescope. Boy, did she get a nice long time out. In that room is a little obstacle course, sort of a robot boot camp. The professor
Barack
uses it to
Obama.
test out his new
Fine.
robots.
You're the last person that
Of
gets a
course, I
shout
passed
out.
with flying.
Barack
I
Obama,
tested.
you have been
Sometimes
shouted
it
out
comes
by
across a
Yo
robot with a
Schiller.
few bugs that need to be worked out. If you want to go back downstairs, just click on the tram. Oh, and over there, behind those forbidding stone doors, that's where the professor stores the time machine. There's no way to open it, though, until we have all of Polly's mission clues and, of course, enough invention points. Hey, I'll need some silence while I try to sense this area out. Okay, all sensors indicate that Polly hid a mission clue in the observatory.
I question why there's just like this one tile here that's not dark. But okay, what's my favorite game I've ever played? Super Mario 64. So, that's good. Okay. Anyway, here we go, in the observatory. This one's not that fun, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it to save the world.
NASA has nothing over Professor Spark. Just take a look at this place.
If you guys need to leave,
It's
you can
here that the
leave. Do
professor
not
conducts
feel
all his top secret
bad. I will say
astronomical
goodbye if you leave.
experiments. Way ahead of his time, of course.
And thank you
Hey,
for
did you know
modding
that
everything,
the professor
Sugar
landed
Cookie.
a rocket ship on the moon years before Neil Armstrong ever set foot on it? Just kidding.
I guess you could say that you can get a mission clue here, but it's not exactly in this room. In fact, it's not even in this solar system, because I used one of Daddy's rockets to ship it into deep space. Special delivery. You won't find it by just looking around the void. You'll have to figure out exactly where to look.
How do we do that, Polly? Space is a big place.
Well, just because I'm such a nice girl, I'll give you a teeny-weeny hint. There you go. I just sent the hint flying off toward the new black hole Daddy recently discovered. If you really work fast, you might rescue the hint before it gets sucked up into another dimension. Then again, maybe you'll fail. Scary, huh?
Don't worry, we might have a chance. Professor Spark recently launched a whole series of space probes into the black hole. I think we can use it to intercept Polly's radio transmission. Just click on the telescope and we'll get started.
Botley, you put a lot of trust in me to randomly mess with your stuff. You think the world's smartest scientist would make these things?
Time to act. We haven't completed all our missions
Okay.
and Polly's not about to let...
All right.
Is this cool or what? 1 minute we're in Professor Spark's observatory, and the next we're looking into space 300,000 light years away at a humongous black
What's
hole.
my favorite game on Wii U? That would be
was
Smash
Polly's
Wii U
radio
right now.
transmission, and the radio wave circling inside the black hole is part of Polly's hint. Unless you blast it out of there, it's gonna get sucked into a different dimension. That's one of Professor Spark's space probes. Don't worry, it's strong enough to resist the intense gravitational pull of the black hole, and it packs laser beams powerful enough to knock Polly's radio transmission to safety. You can actually spin the ship by using the arrow keys on your keyboard. To shoot the ship's laser beam, press the spacebar on your keyboard. Whenever you hit a radio transmission packet head on, you'll knock it 1 light year away from the center of the black hole. When you collect 4 radio packets, you've got Polly's entire hint, ready for unscrambling.
I missed. This is dangerous. Here we go.
Wow, that asteroid is obliterated. Way to maneuver. You got
See, I can just do this. Thankfully, nobody else is gonna be harmed.
Nice
do that. I can just
You got
spam
radio-
this.
All right, you got all the radio packets. Now we can decode Polly's hint.
Wait, I got all of them, but I still see 2 spooning
This
around.
is the
Okay.
professor's alien transmission decoding device. It comes in handy when it comes to decoding transmissions from extraterrestrial beings. The catch is, he hasn't yet found any alien transmissions to decode. Still, we can use it to read Polly's hint. I guess you can call that an alien transmission. Here comes the radio transmission you intercepted from the grip of the black hole.
Oh. I made
What
the
a
days. I know grammar. I made the days longer than the nights. Bam.
Great!
So how about we change this to level 3? Hang on, hang
Not
on.
done yet. There's more to figure out.
I made the flowers grow tall and they grow warm. Oh, I can't change it. I've already started. Oh well. Okay, there you go.
Hey, you made quick sense out of that messy sentence. Okay, now here's the next piece of Polly's clue.
How did I do all these things? Grammar, everybody!
I couldn't make any sense out of that, but you managed to find a real sentence. Great.
Favorite amiibo costume in Mario Kart 8? Mega Man's looks pretty cool. Mega Man's costume is actually really cool. I brought Spring to Ancient People.
Decoding operation is completed. You broke the code.
What's my favorite
I
block
made the
game?
days longer than the nights.
Favorite block game.
I made flowers grow tall and days grow warm. How did I do all these things?
Favorite block game.
brought spring
Tetris
to
Attack
ancient
is my
people.
favorite block game.
Okay, you unscrambled the hint. Quick, to the star chart so we can find that clue.
Star chart. Here we go.
This is the professor's star chart. It's really like a map that shows the locations of all the billions of stars that we can see from Earth. Of course, there are billions more we can't see. In the old days, people used to navigate by the stars. This map would have come in handy then. Move the pointer over any of the constellations to find out their names.
Eridanus is a mythical river that flows across the night sky. When once the son of Helios, god of the sun, steered his father's chariot too close to the earth, Zeus shot a thunderbolt out of the sky, and the son of Helios fell into the river Eridanus.
Yeah.
Cetus, Aquarius means
I made the
Bruce,
days
is a
longer than the
long-necked crane. Hydrus is the little scorpion. Sagittarius represent Carina. Crux is the Southern Cross.
I made the days longer than the nights. I made flowers grow tall and days grow warm. How did I do all these things?
Okay.
I brought spring to ancient people.
Take days longer than nights. Pisces is the fish. Taurus is the bull.
Gemini means twins. This
No, that's not Gemini.
Cancer is the Latin name
Leo,
for crown.
Virgo.
Virgo was a beautiful young woman
Nope,
who
that's
in
not
Greek
right.
mythology left the earth because humans acted so badly. Hercules stands in the night sky holding a mighty club, his favorite weapon. In Greek mythology, he was the son of a god
who do you think will win
and
the
a
Smash
mortal
ballot?
who grew up to
I don't know how they're gonna
surpass
do
all other
that. I
men
don't know
in
if they're gonna
size,
do, like,
strength and
get quiet
fighting
for a moment.
skill. The Greeks believed that Hercules killed the lion Leo.
Okay. Okay.
The Milky Way
Who do I think is gonna
a
win the Smash
spiral-shaped
ballot?
galaxy
Bye,
that is
Rykar,
home to
Flare
our
Shine.
star, the sun,
Who do I think is gonna win the
500
Smash
million
ballot?
Other stars.
Well,
The Milky Way.
I don't know if they're
got
gonna
its
do
name
it based
because
on the
its
region or
stars
not.
look
I think
like
they're
a
gonna pick
splash
more than
of
one
milk
character, not just
against
one.
The night sky.
And from there, they'll figure it out. But if that's the case, I think King K. Rool will probably get it for America, Japan, and Europe. I have no idea.
Ursa Minor is the little Cassiope. Perseus is a Taurus. is
May
the
the day
bull
is longer
in
than the
Pisces.
night.
Pegasus is the winged horse.
What?
Neptune invented him from a scoop
Okay.
of water.
To hear about any constellation, click on it. If it's the constellation where you think Polly sent her father's spaceship, click on it again.
Okay.
Pegasus.
Hey, there are a lot of stars out there. Just because the spaceship isn't in that constellation doesn't mean we won't find it in our next try.
Oh my god.
Cygnus is
Hey, there...
Delphina.
Well, I guess the spaceship's not in that constellation. No problem. Let's try another.
Perseus.
We're gonna be here a while.
Auriga couldn't.
I'd suggest trying Aries. It's in the northern hemisphere.
Suggest trying Aries. Is that actually what it is? I swear I clicked on that
Aries
earlier.
looks like a powerful ram, but
Hear that? You must be right.
Okay.
And here comes the
Sorry about
spaceship. Sit down.
There you go. I
Now
got
put
the
clue
bars.
into
Okay.
inventory for safe. We've got everything.
All right, I've
we
got
need.
all the clues.
Deep breath.
I've got
and click
everything,
on the time
okay?
machine door
Now I
back
can
there.
go to the time machine. Here you go. You guys ready? You guys ready? Here we go. Here we go now.
Wow. Excuse me if I sound sort of odd, but I wasn't sure we'd make it to the time machine mission control. It's impressive, huh? This is Professor Sparks' most important work to date, the time machine extraordinaire. The professor created it so he could witness the invention of anything you can think of. Just go back in time and observe. He would never meddle, not like Polly. When he finds out what she's been up to, I wouldn't be surprised if she's in for some serious time out. Now we need to figure out where we have to go in history to complete this mission. That odd-looking machine will help with that task. It's called the Wheel of Invention, and by using Polly's mission clues, we can figure out which inventor we need to find. The professor tried to ensure that not just anybody could use the time machine. You need to know something about history, science, art, a little bit of everything, really. So click on the wheel and let's get going.
All right. You guys ready for this? Here we go. Bye, the blast zone boy. Here we go. And then goodbye, Avenger.
We finally made it. This is where we bring everything together and figure out how to find the robot that Polly sent back in time. This is the professor's Wheel of Invention. It's an obstacle to the time machine. You see, some of the robots kept wanting to travel back in time to taunt the early computers, but you can't have that. So the professor devised a little quiz that's too difficult for the robots. But hopefully it's not too difficult for you. Oh, brother. Polly's reprogrammed the wheel so it's no longer just a quiz. It's a quiz show. It seems the show's called Hollywood Squares. And you're the first contestant.
Get it? Hollywood
This
Squares.
is how you play. Answer 3 questions for each of the clues you collected. You'll find out what, when, where, and who. All the information you need to create a profile of your mission.
Once the game begins, you gotta work fast and try to answer each question on the first try. That way you'll win the time key faster and win the most points. Ready? Set. Okay, let's begin.
All right, so
Just
here's
click
how
the on button to start.
Here's how this works. So we're going to learn the history about each of these items. And if you guys remember, the main premise of this whole thing was Polly said that nurses gave patients ice cream and cake in order to cure them. Well, these items are going to be connected somehow, so they're all going to have to relate to nursery. So we're going to play some Hollywood Squares. And someone asks, please answer, what is your favorite E3 experience and why? My favorite E3 experience? Ooh. 2014 and 2015 were amazing years. But like my favorite experience. That's a tricky question. Because there's so many things I enjoyed about E3 that I have a hard time answering. But I guess this past year probably was my favorite year attending the event. But anyway, here we go. Let's start with the lamp. Let's see how much I know about the lamp.
Time for a fun-filled episode of Hollywood Squares.
Oh no, I don't get to
with
choose where to
me,
start.
Monty Monitor. Answer all the questions correctly, and you, yes you, will be whisked to the past to save poor Dr. Bugbot and thwart Polly's plan. Ha ha! Let's begin! Your first clue is a baby bottle,
Okay, I don't
and
get
it
to
will
choose.
lead you to what this mission is all about. Baby bottles were invented as a convenient way to feed babies nutritious food. Nutritious food increases the baby's chances of living a long life. Today, the average baby can expect to live for how many years?
Well, I'm gonna say 80 years, but just a quick thing just to look at the chat. What's your favorite game? Super Mario 64 and Yoshi's Island. Anyway, 80 years.
Some people live to be that old, but the average person
Excuse
doesn't live
me.
that long.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a game made in the 90s, right? That's a cheap shot. You can't do that. Okay, that's a cheap shot. In today's day and age, yes, people can live to be 80 years old. But, okay.
Right. The average life expectancy has increased over time.
Yes, it
thanks
has.
to things like better nutrition and cleaner drinking water.
Yeah, and people can live to be about 80 years old now, but
Advances in
okay.
which field of science have contributed most to people living longer?
Well, advances in medicine.
Correct! Advances in medicine have helped to wipe out many of history's most deadly diseases. But medicine isn't only a science. It's also something you take when you're sick. Who in the hospital makes sure you take the medicine you need to get better?
Bam, and now it's gonna come full circle, right?
That's right! Nurses make sure patients get the medicine that doctors prescribe. People have always cared for the sick, but nursing wasn't always considered a profession.
Aha! Polly sent Dr. Bugbot back to the time when the profession of nursing was first established. Keep going, you're doing great.
Alright, so we know what the problem is. We need to know,
Your second
like,
clue
who the
is
first
a
nurse
lamp.
was, so we can find
It
out
will
where
tell you
Polly's
who in
robot
history
went. So we
first
can fix
established
history.
the profession of nursing. Electric lamps like this one made it much easier to work and play at night. When lamps were invented about 100 years ago, everyone wanted one.
Goodbye,
So
Christian
electricity soon
Sanchez. Thank
became
you for stopping
common
by the
in
stream.
people's homes. What is it called when lamps and electrical appliances go out all over town?
A power outage. Or a blackout.
You're right! A blackout occurs when the source that brings
Hola,
electricity
Pomi.
to homes
Hola,
stops working.
run Femi.
This
Yes, I see
often
you. I know
happens
you exist.
during
I'm
a
looking at the
storm when
chat.
power
I
lines
just don't
are
always have
damaged.
something to say. Because I'm trying to play a game at the
What
same
does
time.
light often symbolize for people?
Light often symbolizes hope.
Right! When darkness becomes light, people usually feel hope. Hope is a good feeling about the future. What famous woman in history was called Lady of the Lamp because she offered hope to people?
I believe the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue
sorry.
of Liberty symbolizes hope, but she carries a torch, not a lamp.
I'm sorry.
Correct!
You are
Florence
correct.
Nightingale was a famous nurse who walked from hospital bed to hospital bed with a lamp. That's why people called her Lady of the Lamp. She also opened the first college for nurses and invented the profession of nursing.
Excellent! Florence Nightingale is the person in history we need to find. Dr. Bugbot, we're almost on our way.
The third clue is a tablespoon. It will lead you to the time in history when the profession of nursing was established. People have been using spoons for thousands of years. The first spoons were made out of clay, wood, and sometimes even bones. But modern tablespoons were invented only 240 years ago. If the doctor tells you to take 1 tablespoon of medicine every day, 1 tablespoon is the exact amount you should take. What's the general name for an exact amount
A
of
dose.
medicine?
There you go.
Right! A prescribed amount of a drug is called a dose. Medicines are drugs that help us get better when we're ill. but not all drugs are used for curing
Again, this
the
isn't
sick.
supposed to be hard. It's an educational game.
A dose of what drug helps put patients to sleep before surgery?
Well, it's not antibiotic.
Yes! Before
Getting
anesthetics were
confused for a
invented,
second.
operations were incredibly painful. People had to get their teeth pulled while they were wide awake. They felt everything.
You still have to
Oh
get your
my.
teeth pulled while you're wide awake. Sometimes.
The first operation
I don't always get pulled.
using
I
an
don't always get put to
anesthetic
sleep,
was
and that's
performed
generally
in
why I hate my dentist.
1842. On which date were you most likely to get an anesthetic before an operation?
Wait. The first operation using an anesthetic was performed in 1842. On which date were you likely to get an anesthetic? So wouldn't it be 1842?
No!
What?
It took a while for anesthetics to become widely available.
Okay, so 1860.
You
Okay.
got it! By
that's a weird
1860,
question.
Anesthetics became
Okay.
widely available. 1860 also marks the year when
Alright.
Florence Nightingale
I don't know,
started
that's
the
just a
world's
weird
first
question to
college
have.
of nursing.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Excellent.
Sorry if I seem
1860,
dumb. That's just a little
here we
weird to me.
come.
Okay, here we go.
Your last clue is a bar of soap. The bar of soap will
Mike.
lead you to where in the world professional nursing was invented. Bars of soap used to be so expensive, almost nobody could afford to wash their hands with soap. Too bad, because washing your hands with soap is one of the best ways to help avoid getting sick.
Wash your hands with soap,
Why
guys,
is it so important to wash your hands with soap?
so you don't get sick. Soap kills germs.
Good. Germs are invisible to the naked eye, so doctors didn't even know they existed until 150 years ago. But soon after germs were discovered, doctors realized that they could cause illness. Today, doctors give us shots to make us immune to some of the diseases caused
vaccines.
by germs. What are these shots called?
Vaccines. Bam.
Excellent! The first vaccine was invented over 100 years ago in a country that had the largest empire the world has ever known.
Don't worry, guys. We're almost
The
done.
people
Just
of
bear
this
with me
world
for a little bit.
empire
We're getting a history
were
lesson about
exposed to
vaccines.
a world of germs, and that made vaccines especially necessary. The country where the first vaccine was invented also controlled the largest empire in history. Which country was that?
Well, that'd probably be England, right?
Jolly good! During the 1800s, England was so rich and powerful it could afford to improve medicine and public health. It was also in England where the profession of nursing was established by Florence Nightingale.
Hip hip cheerio.
There we go.
We've
All right,
got it.
so
We've got all
the point in
information
history
we
in
need to
which
find Dr.
Polly
Buck-Buck.
changed was a moment in 1860 in England that involved Florence Nightingale and nursing. So we take the get out of here. Sorry, nothing against the person that I just closed off of Skype. I'm just trying to finish up this live stream. So okay, we're gonna take this key. Now we're gonna go to the time machine and we're gonna change history, guys. We're gonna change it. Ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Wow.
Hey, that said
Look, see the
England, not
inside of
UK.
this
UK can mean a lot of
Pretty cool,
countries.
huh?
But okay.
The professor made it clear this
Fine.
time machine was off limits to anyone but him. But with Polly about to send the world out of control, I think the professor would understand. That looks like our window into the past. Look, all the information you found at the wheel is now neatly in place up there. I guess the time key did that. This lever looks
It said
important.
England up there,
Look
not
on me if you
UK.
think I should pull
UK
it.
could also
Maybe
include
it'll start
Northern
things up.
Ireland and Scotland, but okay, whatever. I'm sorry. Hang on. Which one want to click?
Click on me to get us
I
started.
clicked on you, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
it's visiting hours in England. Let's go watch Florence Nightingale as she makes her rounds. The Lady of the Lamp is inventing the profession of nursing.
Nice 1990 CG graphics.
Better watch out, Florence Nightingale. Dr. Bugbot's got a prescription for disaster. He wants to feed your patients ice cream and cake. Oh no! The Lady of the Lamp didn't hear us. Hit the recall button.
Alright, here we go. Robots coming back. Bam! History is now as we
Alright,
know it.
Saving the world sure makes a robot hungry. Too bad the doctor didn't bring the ice cream back with him. Now back to the future. button on the utility belt to leave the time machine. We need to put this robot to rest.
And there you guys go. That's the mission essentially. So now that we've taken this robot out of history, we're gonna put him over here. And there's 25 robots that'll go here.
I call it the robot roost.
But I'm not gonna do all 25. In fact, the live stream's gonna end in a couple of minutes.
Block a few times.
If you want to stick around, I'm gonna say goodbye.
Yoshi,
what up? Ah! Sorry about this, dude.
Right now, though, it's 1 down and 24 to go. You gotta start somewhere. Just let me store this robot for safekeeping. A long rest is sorely needed. Polly sent plenty more back in time, so let's start another mission.
Nice work, Notley. I guess my own innate intelligence has rubbed off on you. Still, this little nightmare's not over yet. Still more robots to find, more challenges to meet. Good luck. You'll need it.
Let's take a look at that transquizzer and select another mission. Click on the inventory.
All right, now we're gonna call it quits for now.
There's plenty of cool things to do on this floor.
We're gonna exit.
Unless we're on a mission,
all right, guys.
it all seems pretty
so
pointless to me.
hang on, stick around for a minute. I'm gonna say goodbye.
Start a mission.
We're gonna get rid of this region real quickly, okay? I'm gonna click on exit. Yes, I am sure. There you go. Now we get some credits. I'm gonna close that real quickly. Oh. I've done this all wrong. I'm ruining everything. Give me one moment, please. Okay. So, guys, this is the end of, or we're about to get to the end of the live stream. Okay. So, for those of you guys that actually did decide to stick around and just watch me play a bunch of stuff, in all seriousness, thank you very much. And I honestly am thankful that you guys even bothered to come and watch me play Jumpstart 3rd grade. So, I am a little tired though. I know this live stream isn't nearly as long as the other live streams that I've had, and probably for good reason. But I will be live streaming tomorrow. Okay? I will live stream tomorrow. Don't worry. I probably won't do Jumpstart 3rd grade. I thought the game was actually really fun. But, you know, can't please everybody. So next time I'll probably go back to like Mario Maker or something. I'm not 100% certain yet. I just don't want to do Mario Maker every single time, you know? That's all. I deleted the chat by accident. Give me a second. That's all. I just don't want to do Mario Maker every single time. But next time I'll do something that's more engaging, that won't have as many people barking at me. I just thought so many people were like, "Why don't you do something that's not Nintendo for once?" And then I said, okay. And then, I don't know. Anyway, so I did what I could. I actually really like that game. I wasn't joking about any of that. Like, I legitimately like that game. But okay, next time we'll do something more engaging, okay? So, we're going to go to this. No, actually, we're going to go to this. I can't. I don't have a goodbye screen. Well, okay. Anyway. I'm going to live stream tomorrow, which will be Monday. I'm going to live stream on Tuesday. I'm going to live stream on Wednesday. And then after that, I'm going to get back into my regular routine of live streaming normally. So, I'm going to be up front. I am not a live streamer. I made a little bit of a tweet about this. I'm not a live streamer, okay? Live streaming is not my profession. This channel is not turning into a live streaming channel. Okay, I am going to get back to my regular schedule on Thursday, in which I'll do walkthroughs on the weekdays and online matches on the weekend. It's just that I have a deal that I'm doing with YouTube Gaming, in which I agreed to live stream on their service for 20 hours a month. And that's what I'm doing, okay? So, thank you for stopping by. Like, I know I just say thank you, but I really do mean it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the live stream. And I hope that you guys did have fun. I know it wasn't the most engaging, wasn't the most active live stream, but next time, hopefully, will be better, okay? So, I really do love that you guys took the time to stop by and watch me play an educational game. But for now, I must end the stream, and I'll catch you guys later, okay? So that about wraps up this live stream, and I would like to thank you all for watching. See you all in future live streams. See you all in future videos. All that good stuff. Thank you, and bye-bye, humans. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Thank you, and bye-bye, humans. Whoosh.